Yo, it's a shitty intro, but yeah, yes. Anyway, welcome to another video. This is a new league I decided to participate in. It's called HLF1 Racing League that I'm taking part on Friday, 7 p.m. GMT. This is the season beginner of round one. Round one of season three, and yeah, we're in Australia. We are on our first qualifying lap of the session as of now, and this track, Australia, is a tricky one for me. Like, I felt the pace was sort of there, but in qualifying, especially as you're about to see, it's really, really tricky for me to hook a lap up together properly. Like, I did qualifying runs, and as you're about to see, actually, no, you're not gonna about to see it. My bad. In qualifying runs in practice, I really struggled to hook up a decent lap in qualifying. So this race, it was sort of vice versa than what it's usually been. And now, as you're about to see, this is our first mistake of the qualifying session, cutting the third last corner. It would have been a decent lap. Anyway, now we are on our second flying lap of planned three, but we had to do four in the end. We cut the corner in the ever so slightly, and that's lap gone. Third lap, I decided to go out on mediums to get some sort of a banker in. Validated this one too. So yeah, all my eggs were laying in one basket, the final qualifying run basket, and I'm gonna stay on board for the whole lap because this, fortunately for me, is my quickest lap in session because, well, I haven't set a valid one. Turns 1 and 2, shift to 4th, and short shift back off to 5th. Get as good exit as you possibly can onto this DRS straight. Turn 3 down to second gear, sometimes thirds, however you prefer. Turn 4, I'm sometimes again revving it out in third, sometimes I just go up to fourth anyway. This corner is flat, but you still have to be careful not to extend on the outside. End of sector 1, it's a sort of decent-ish sector 1, like I knew by now I have to get this run in or it's just I'm starting from the back, so this lap is not as on the limit. I did leave a lot of time on the table, I can guarantee. And you're about to see the left-right quick chicane, the corner or the chicane I was really having trouble with. Purple apparently in sector 2, but I don't believe that. We left so much time, and there's I think a Renault standard on the run-off in there. We left so much time left on the table on this lap so far. We are now getting to the end of our qualified lap, and yeah, just trying to hook it up and just get a lap time in. That's all I'm really after. Just so I wouldn't be starting from the back of the great final corner. Don't extend the final corner in air. I nearly invalidate this lap. Now running up to the line, and what is it going to be? A 1:20.813. I did 1:20.2s in qualifying practice if I hooked up a good lap. And as you can see, we're 5th on the grades, and the pole time was at 20.4. So I think had I got a decent lap together, possibly pole, but you know, it's all ifs and buts. We were starting 4th because the Red Bull in second place, I believe, got a glitch, so they had to start from the back of the grids, which is a real shame for them. But we are about to get the 5 red lights ahead of us. They're on and they're out. Lights out, and away we go. And we get a really shocking start, really. We get bogged down. The Williams of Ballard overtakes us straight away. We're down to 5th and left defending for our dear life. We do not want to get any more overtakes on us anyway. We had to sort of push the Ferrari wide on our outside, and now into turn 3, oh, we nearly touch. I think we did touch with the Ferrari there, as now the other Ferrari is also sort of charging to us. But yeah, we're only down one place, as I said in my last video. You know, the whole idea of lap 1 is just survive, really. Like, that's all I can really do. We're down only one place, so technically down no places because we qualified P5 but started P4. So I mean, take it however you want to take. But yeah, lap 1, the objective for me really is always just get through, no damage, and, you know, minimum time lost, minimum positions lost, as we're still sort of trying to hang on to the leaders. I thought, like, before the race, I didn't really know 2-minute drivers in here, but I thought I'm probably going to be in, like, top 5 pace-wise. You can see in front of us, there's a Renault spinning off in the exit of the left-right chicane. It's a really tricky one. I think he got on the curb and spun himself off, and luckily for him, no damage done, so we are up back up to P4, right where we started. But we have the Williams of Professor Ballab right in front of us, who did start alongside us behind. So, and we know that we are a lot quicker than him. So right now, for me and Inferno Lewis, the Ferrari in front of us, main objective, get past the Williams and then see what we're going to do. So Lewis is going down the inside of Ballab into turn 1, nicely done by him. Our teammate is having issues, so he's pitting. We make a slight mistake, run wide exiting of turn 2. I do not know how I didn't cut the corner, but now we cut to like the middle part of this lap. Ballab makes a mistake in front of us, so we get a really good exit compared to him. Overtake DRS, not DRS, Rich Mix, and we get the move done really nice and easy. Important move for us. And now we are up to P3, podium positions, the Red Bull and the pole sitter right in front of us. Oh, well, right in front of us. Relative in front of us. Cutting now to lap 6, nothing really happened. We're just sort of, you know, running our own race. Lewis has caught up and actually overtaken the Red Bull in front of us. So just showing that the pace he had in qualifying, Lewis, is translating into the race now. Next lap, or a few laps now after, and we have a virtual safety car. We were thinking about pitting on lap 8, so that's really unfortunate. We didn't know of the VSC before now. We're now speeding through VSC, and yeah, it didn't take too long. We are pitting this lap, but as you are about to see, if you look on the top left of your screen, back row, the Red Bull in front of us has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, which puts us into P2, net P2. At the end of this lap, we are now pitting this lap. Back row, the Red Bull in front of us is taking that drive-through penalty. We are pitting onto a set of hard tyres. That should take us to the end of the race with a relative ease. A nice pit stop, 2.6. I think it's just a standard pit stop online anyway. And yeah, right now it's looking decent for us. Net P2. We do have a 3-second time penalty that I don't think I included in the video, but it's still left right chicane. I kept picking up silly errors in there, silly track limit warnings. So yeah, not ideal for me. Exiting pits, we are P7. I think we are net P2. While when the Red Bull in front of us takes his penalty, or well, has to pit anyway. Next lap, as you see there, back row, the Red Bull and a few others have now pit. We are up to P4, net P2. Jack FO in the McLaren in front of us started on mediums, and now Inferno Lewis actually went longer on his first stint, which means that Lewis is able to go to the end of the race on mediums. It's gonna be a really touch and go for him, but he can probably get to the end of mediums. So we are right now on track P3 and net P2 once Jack's pits. But Jack is having issues. He has disconnected from this race, as you're now about to see. The McLaren of Jack FO, and now they've disappeared. They're behind us. It's a really unfortunate for him. He was looking good for at least a P3 in this race, but he disconnected, and now he is behind us. But now we have a full course caution. Safety car has been deployed, and I was really thinking to myself right now, like, should I pit onto a fresh set of mediums and go to the end, or should I stay out and take track position? Australia is not too easy to overtake on, I know that, so I was thinking to myself, like, my heart's definitely going to go to the end, and, track position is really vital. But if I get fresh mediums, then I might have a chance to go for the win. And in the end of it, I decided to do what Lewis does, and Lewis stays out, so we are staying out. We are taking track position. We are not going to risk with our second pit stop, so we are still net P2. But the safety car is not really a deal for us, because we had a 7-second gap behind us to the next car, and now that's going to be wiped. Plus, we will be the only car in the top 5 with a 3-second track limit penalty. But as you're about to see, or are seeing right now, we have 2 back markers between us and the P3 guy, so we have a buffer as the safety car is going into the pits this lap. We are preparing for a restart right here, right now. The Ferrari and Inferno Lewis, I had pretty much given up on a win. I just wanted a podium. I just wanted a P2. We have 14 laps to go now as we cross the line. And look at the gap in the top left. It's already 3 and a bit seconds, nearly 4 seconds to the racing point behind us. So the 2 back markers separating us and P3 has really done us a solid. That we are already 4 seconds in front. Next lap, or end of this lap, And yeah, we are sort of maintaining the gap we have to the car in behind us. Lewis is running away with it. Obviously, they have fresher mediums to our older hards. A few laps now, and yeah, Lewis is pulling the gap. Tiro is now getting overtaken by the two Renault boys. Both of them have penalties, so this is a bit more positive for me. Lewis is still pulling away, and we're just going through the laps. In here, I'm actually, as you're about to see, we make a slight error in turn 2. Like, I was really in sort of like a really nice rhythm through this part of the race, but yeah, that error on lap 22 really, well, that scared me really, because I was sort of on autopilot, and that sort of told me that, you know, I can still make errors. But now you can see the Renaults have swapped positions, and I can tell you now that the Renault in P4 right now has actually been disconnected. The mother of all people have shut the PC down, so this means now it's a direct fight between us and Dark Salt in P3 for P2. Both of us have 3-second time penalties, so we don't really have to be too worried about being caught. But as you're seeing by the gaps as we're going through the final few laps, we are also catching Lewis. We are setting personal best after personal bests, and now we are on the second last lap. The race has flown by, but we are catching Lewis. But Dark Soul behind us is catching us, and the gap is now under a second. We are now 1 and a bit laps to go, and this is really going to go. We are under some serious pressure right now, and we're sort of trying to go with Lewis, but as you can see, we're going on to the final lap now, and the Renault behind us is in DRS, so we have to defend in the few DRS zones that are left on this track. The gap behind us is about 0.4 of a second. Both of us have penalties, so it's all or nothing right now in this final lap. We have to defend our position. We have to defend P2 that have held for so long, half of the race, if not more, ever since, you know, the Red Bull had their issues, and I did not want to give up. I did not want to give up this P2. We are 1 track limit warning away from another 3-second penalty, so it's really, for us, we are under pressure, but we are also catching up the Ferrari in front of us, Lewis, whose tyres, the medium tyres, are starting to slightly go off as well, so we are catching the race leader, but we are on the way worse pressure than the race leader is. Obviously, the race leader also has no penalties to his name, so he's basically a winner, but second place is still contested between me and Dark Soul, the Renault behind us. We are on the second last DRS rate of this track, and the gap is under 3 tenths. Is the Renault going to go for a move? No, he isn't. And this really released some pressure off of me, but we still have 3 corners to go, where it's still really possible to throw away. Inferno Lewis in the Ferrari in front of us is about to take his first win of the season, or well, the first race of the season anyway. Yeah, the Ferrari, Inferno Lewis in front of us is celebrating. We are holding on to P2 in the season opener here in Australia. But while this was all going on behind us, you thought our finish with Renault was maybe close, but no. Have a look at this. This is a fight for P7 on track with the Ferrari and the Racing Point, and look how it is. The Ferrari nearly lost the car, but gets such a good exit off the final corner, and it's a drag race to the line. And can the Ferrari get a position? Yes, he can, by 0.6 of a second, but for us it doesn't matter. It's a podium, and this one is going to stay. It's a podium for us. Inferno Lewis wins the race. We are second, and Dark Soul for Renault is in the third place, first step of the podium, and this, I can't lie, felt good. The podium in Italy didn't stand due to penalties in Formula Sunday's Elite, but this one, no one can take it away. We drove a clean race, as if, well, we didn't do any collisions or any incidents. We did get in total of 5 corner cut warnings that gave us a 3-second penalty, but yeah, really happy with this P2. I think on pure pace, we probably should have got like 4th by my estimate. Jack Seffo and who's that? The Red Bull back row should have been in front of us most likely. So I'd say on pure pace, we probably should have been 4th, but I do not want to argue with this result. I'm really happy with this. So yeah, this was a really decent race from us. Next race, I have no idea because the calendar system is weird in here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in Formula Sundays. Goodbye.